Hey, what's up guys? It's Y Wagon here. So today's video is going to be about the things that previously came on my WRX before I bought it, and some things that I have already done to it within 2 weeks of ownership of having the car. So I'm gonna go get some gas real quick and then we'll get right to it. I'll show you guys a little bit more about the car itself. So here she is, a little bit more in depth. Okay, so some of the things that first came on the car when I bought it. So to start off, all these wheels, these are the ambits. I forget exactly which wheel it is, but I'll put that in the description of what they are in case you like this wheel. I like these. They've a lot of lips on them. They're not that hard to clean. Sometimes this outside rim builds up a little bit of dirt and dust, but I was driving around in some dirt earlier, so it's kind of what you expect. Another thing that came on the car, so these are the blue and black Rally Armor mud flaps. Have them all around. These add a great touch to the car. I love them. I like the look of mud flaps on Subarus a lot. There's some of the very few cars that can actually pull it off. Some cars it just doesn't look very normal on. So then some other things. So this is the NVIDIA R400 exhaust. So this is the burnt tip version. There's a little NVIDIA badge. So it also has the catted J-pipe. So when I was looking for cars, I drove a silver WRX and it had a catted J-pipe and muffler deletes and a stock mid-pipe. It popped and banged a lot. I was really surprised. I loved it. This one, for some reason, just doesn't do it as much. It does. It's just not very loud. I'm thinking because there is mufflers on this. The mufflers aren't very big, as you can see, but each exit has a muffler on it itself, so I was kind of thinking that's probably the reason. Another thing that came on the car is the SubiSpeed version 1 taillights. So this is the blacked out backing and the smoked lens. When these light up, this white strip turns red. I absolutely love them. That's one of the things that kind of really made me want this car. It's just another one of those, you know, $400, $500, $600 things that you're not going to have to do yourself, because some of that stuff I know from some of my old cars, everything adds up very, very, very quickly. So these are the rain guards. If you saw my other video, you know this one is Subaru OEM, and these are Subaru OEM also on that side. But this back right one is not. So I got this on eBay. It was broken about right here in the midpoint. So I just ordered, I emailed like 3 or 4 companies that made these, and I asked them, I was like, hey, can I just get a, passenger side rear? And they, wouldn't let me. So unfortunately I had to buy the entire set. So I have 2 extra fronts and left rear. If anyone watching this has one of these cars and wants them, I'll sell them to you for pretty cheap compared to what they actually are. And then, so one of the things that I did, just easy little simple piece. So this is the, little side piece. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but so this originally comes all chrome with the chrome WRX written in it too. I got gloss black with the blue writing in it. I thought it matched the car perfectly. I didn't really want to get the matte because everything on the car, all the black is pretty shiny, so I wanted it to match everything. Then I also got this front lip. I just recently put this on, so I absolutely love this front lip. I put it on and it instantly made the car look more aggressive, as most of them obviously do. Even my mechanic was like, wow, that changed the look of it a lot. So definitely glad I got that. I think it was only like 74 bucks on eBay. Bolts right up, very, very solid. Another thing I got, so I got this little smoked piece that goes on right here. That was very, very easy to install. There is a little bit of bubbling here. You guys can see that. So I'm gonna probably cut some of that off. This is the first time I ever installed any kind of vinyl onto a car. So for the first time, I don't think it's that bad. It's just a little bit on the top. I'm just gonna get an X-Acto, cut some of that off. So something I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna be blacking out the entire inside of the headlights, getting the C light right up in here. And then my reflector beam, I'm gonna paint that yellow. And then this is the base model, so sadly it doesn't come with fog lights, but there's a solution. There's plenty of kits you can buy online that do have fog light upgrades. So I'm gonna get a yellow fog light with a yellow HID inside of it to match the high beam that's gonna be sitting in there. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be very exciting. I'll make a full video on that also. Another thing I'm wanting to do is I want to put on one of the JDM grills. Every WRX I've seen that has a JDM grill looks amazing. Another thing I've been seeing a lot of these cars doing is this little piece right here that goes all the way around, putting gloss black vinyl on that. That again changes the whole look of the car. And then, so I'll show you guys some of the stuff that's done to the motor. But while we're at it and while we're inside, here's some more of the things that I've done. So, the company that makes these is called iJDM Toy. They're very, very cheap. I think they're like 14 or 15 bucks. They slide right on. Double-sided tape on the inside. I think it adds a lot to the car. They sell them in red and silver, and then this blue, obviously. I got the blue to match the car. And then there is my carbon shift knob with the little blue anodized aluminum. So one thing this car does not have is heat seaters. So that's kind of what I decided. Okay, I can sacrifice heat seaters on this car. Seat heaters on this car because it is cloth interior. So I'm not gonna be freezing all the time because cloth honestly does not get that cold. So here's some of the motor stuff. The inside, the motor is fairly stock, honestly. So in here, it has the ETS intake. It's a very, very large intake. And then down there, not really sure if you guys will be able to see that. That is the cat to the catted J pipe. That is also an NVIDIA piece too. That's kind of what helps the car get so loud with just a little bit of exhaust. Everything else, honestly, pretty much bone stock. Something I definitely want to do is do a charge pipe and intercooler. I'm thinking the AEM charge pipe because you can stick a blow-off valve right here. You can get a little more noise out of it too, and you don't have to, every time you want to adjust it, you don't have to get way down by the turbo and turn it to more atmosphere, more recirc. And then some other things I'm thinking about doing on the car. Vinyl wrapping the roof, gloss black, possibly matte, depends on how I like it. I have a few friends who have these cars, and I'm going to look at some of theirs and see what I want to consider putting on there. Another thing that might be a little bit more in the future, not right now, is getting a carbon fiber trunk with a high-rise ducktail on there. I always see these cars with them on there. Looks absolutely beautiful. The black and blue scheme going on with the car right now looks amazing, I think. So a carbon trunk would just add to that, honestly. I probably pretty soon here, I'm gonna be getting a rear diffuser to stick on there. I'm debating on if I want to get the single piece in the middle and then two little side spats behind the mud flap, or just getting one entire piece that goes along the entire car. If I want a more aggressive look, I'll get some spiked ones or some rounded ones if I'm not really feeling that. So there's some of the things that are done to the car and some things that I want to personally put on them. You know, I maybe want to go for a set of coilovers at some point, but I actually, owning 2 lowered cars before this, I'm not really upset with the way this car is sitting. It's not too bad for my taste. I am a little sick of having to go super slow everywhere and not being able to go over certain speed bumps and this and that. So it'll stay like that for now, possibly be changed in the future. So there's the rundown on the car. That's everything that's done to it so far. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any suggestions of videos you want me to make specifically about this car. So there you go. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys soon.